Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here with cute little Mabel and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Mabel's ability to understand and respond to her formal on-leash obedience commands. The correction and the motivation that we give the puppies when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to give any correction that's needed, and the only correction that we give here at school is a little tug and release on the training collar, and that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Mabel will come home with her very own training equipment, and you'll be taught how to use that properly during your follow-up training session. Now Mabel is sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done, and the first exercise that we're going to be demonstrating for you is heeling. Heeling is proper leash walking, and the command is Mabel, heel. Now at this point Mabel has a job to do, and that is to remain even with your left leg on walks. Mabel is a true beagle in every sense of the word. There's nothing that she likes better than to put her nose on the ground and just smell and a million and one distractions. So her job when heeling is to keep her head up, to keep her nose up off the ground, and to pay attention to you, not dropping her head and dragging you down the street. And each time that you stop your feet, she's been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for her next command. And the next command that we're going to demonstrate is the sit stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. The long sit stay, when you're practicing at home, you're going to start out at 30 seconds and you're going to work up slowly to 3 minutes. This helps to develop her self-control. When Rich returns back to her, he will walk all the way around her as an additional distraction, and she is to remain seated until he gets all the way back around to her and she gets her next command, and that takes a lot of self-control on her part. So everything that we've done here at school is focused on having self-control, focus, maturity, because she can really get herself wound up and vibrate and sniff and the whole beagle thing. Rich leaves her in another sit stay. You practice this at all the entries and exits to your home. Practice it in your living room. Put the leash on her. Make her hold these sit stays. This time, instead of returning back to her, Rich will use her name, he'll lighten his tone of voice, and he'll call her. This is the come on command. She's to come and sit right in front of you, facing your knees, no jumping all over you, and then she returns nicely back to heel and back sitting. And Rich gives her a pat for praise to let her know she's doing a good job. This tires her out mentally, which is, for most dogs, what is the least used muscle in their body is their brain. We want her to think, to focus, to concentrate. And that's why Rich is throwing in those turns to keep her looking at him. Nice automatic sit. Little itch.
Stay.
He leaves her again in a sit stay. And you're looking for that, you know, eye contact and focus. Rich is going to call her again. He praises her on the way in. If you notice, we never raise our voice. There's no yelling or anything like that. There's nothing brutal about what we're asking her to do. We're just asking her to pay attention and do what we're asking you to do. Now the next command that we're going to be demonstrating for you is the down from a heel position. So with your dog seated at your left, you take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, give the one-word command to down and stay. This can be a challenging command for a beagle because they naturally want to drop their head and sniff the ground. So the fact that she's looking at Rich and she's paying attention is a very good thing. When Rich returns back to her, he walks all the way around her, just as he did on the sit stay, returning all the way back around to heel. Now, she did get up, but she didn't stand up. So we're not going to make a big fuss out of that. Rich is going to heel her out of that, and we'll demonstrate it for you again. She has to be seated before you attempt to put her into a down. Down. Now she's being goofy.
Stay.
And don't let her distract you. Like with all that business, that's just a distraction. She knows what she's supposed to be doing. So when she does that, don't lose your focus. Make her do it the way it was taught. And this time Rich will call her out of that down. Good job. So when she comes to you, make sure she comes and sits. Don't let her come and put her feet on you. Because she's been taught that to get praise, she has to come and sit. And the very last exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is her down from a distance. This is a little harder because you're not right next to the dog. Rich leaves her in a sit-stay. He's going to use his right hand to give the command. Now she's looking away from him.
Down.
There we go. Now we have demonstrated for you all of Mabel's formal on-leash obedience commands. Her heel, automatic sit, sit, stay, come, down from a heel, and down from a distance. Practice, practice. It's going to make all the difference with her. And I know life is very busy, but this is a 7-minute video, so take the time to practice with her. Use your commands in your everyday living situations, and we will see you Friday morning so the girl can graduate and go home. Thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.